Hi, it's Josh from INLINE here with Laurel, and today we're going to cover how to do lengthened biceps and work on being able to stretch the upper back and neck at the same time and try and undo tension and stress that you may have here in your upper back, even across the whole back and even down into the other arm. And we're really going to work on making a lengthened bicep that looks defined at the top and at the bottom and doesn't really bulk up on you and fits the rest of your frame very nicely. So, Laura, what I'll have you do is place your right foot just a little bit forward of the bench there. You got it. And your left foot's going to be back. So you're going to be in a right foot forward, left foot back lunge position. And then you're going to take your right elbow and bring it up here onto the bench and hold there for just a moment. I'm going to set the weight down. I'm going to give that to you in just a moment. But let's take this arm over here on this side of the bench, and I want you to kind of pinch the bench there. So grab it with your thumb and your forefinger, and then we're going to work on making your shoulders square. So right now you may notice that your shoulders are drifted a little bit to the right. So I want you to pull through this elbow until your shoulders become square. And when you do that, you're going to feel a little bit of stretch through the back of the arm, between the shoulder blades, and even down into this arm here. So now when I give you the weight, what you're going to try and do is stay in that position and not let your body rotate to the right. Pull down through your left elbow and counterbalance that weight. So hold right there. It's almost like you have a 7-pound dumbbell attached to that elbow that is squaring the shoulders and helping you to balance this one. So begin to release the weight down nice and slow. And then stop right here. Right as you start to feel that pressure inside your elbow, instead of releasing from here, I want you to think about letting go here at the high part of the bicep and allowing it to stretch out from underneath the shoulder and create a little bit of separation. You got it. Slow it down right there. Let's hold it because this is just going to be a bit of a stretch. Then I want you to lift your chin just a tad and then lean your head to the left. And as you lean to the left, I want you to try and stretch from your ear down to here in your shoulder and let that space open up and really try and relieve some of the pressure up here in the upper back. That's also going to make your bicep work harder and this weight seem heavier. So you're going to let the weight go down nice and slow, fully extending the bicep. Stop, hold right here, and then go ahead and start to flex it. And as it comes up, counterbalance through the opposite shoulder. And as you come up, stop right at about 90 degrees. So just a little bit more right there. That's perfect. Right there, the muscles sort of peaked out and you've reached maximum tension. Coming up further than that is probably just going to cause the bicep to go on slack. Well, with Laurel, she's got a nice one, so it stays kind of tight. But with a lot of people, you're going to lose tension right there or start to use your upper back just a little bit too much. So it's okay to stop just a little bit past 90 degrees as long as you have really good tension. And later on, you can work on completing that tension. So let's start to go down here on the right side. Good. Counterbalance to the left. Remember, halfway down to give at the top, separating the bicep from underneath the shoulder. Right, the nice stretch through the neck. Working on square shoulders. Go ahead and exhale and bring that back up, pulling down through the left side. Good. And let's take a look at it from this angle. Very good. And let's go down again. And this time we're going to make even a little bit more of a subtle shift. So go down just a little bit further, and we're going to turn the weight to the right there just a little bit. So you have a little more weight in the pinky side of your hand. And then as it goes down, we're going to stretch even further through the inside part of the biceps. So as it's coming down, really lengthen that inside part. And then on the way up, you're going to try and contract the outside head of the bicep, which is out here. So as you come up, really work on that peak and keeping that little bit of twist so you create some nice separation and then some division between the two parts of the bicep. Good job. Let's go ahead and go one more down here for the folks. All the way down. Pulling down through that left elbow, lengthening the muscle belly. Good. And exhale and bring that back up. Looks great. All right, nice job. Now we want to show you what that looks like from the side. And what we're going to do is actually do Laurel's left arm, because most people are right dominant. The left arm tends to be a little bit weaker. And that weakness is tied into usually a tightness in the back in the lower back and in the upper back, and tightness behind sort of the right shoulder blade. So if we correct for those things, it's actually going to make Laurel's arm probably feel just a little bit weaker. But what we're going to do is undo the compensation she's been using and really be able to isolate her left arm and get it stronger and undo some of those things that exist here in the back of her body. So here you go, Laurel. We're going to put that, and you just hold that at 90 degrees right there. And you're pinching the bench over here on the right side and pulling that shoulder around. First thing you'll notice is that a lot of times that right shoulder does not want to pull away from the left side, and you may notice a lot of tightness behind that left shoulder blade in that knotty area where people get a lot of tension and some sort of painful knots. And this is a great way to open those up. Secondly, you may notice that the pelvis wants to turn this direction. So we're going to push that pelvis back there a little bit and push that knee back. Good. And then go ahead and bend your knees there just a little bit, Laurel. You got it. Push the hips back a little bit. And then go ahead for the folks and do an arched back for just a moment. A lot of times people will be stuck in that position too, and that's part of the compensation for the left arm. So what you want to do is just tuck that pelvis a little bit, rotate it back, make a nice long line here on the side that matches even the side of her neck, and then give me a little bit of flexion in that wrist so you get a nice flat wrist there. There you go. Good. And let's go ahead and start to let that left side come down nice and slow. And as it goes down, hold about right here, pull down through the right side and push back through your left hip. That will keep things open, and you'll begin to shake just a little bit, but now you're really going to feel that bicep. So let it come down nice and slow. Great. Exhale and come up nice and easy. Very good. And back down again. As you go down, remember to square your shoulders, push backwards through the left hip, almost like you're pushing your hip out and away from your bicep. And then as you come up, nice big arc, leaving space between the elbow and space here at the top of the shoulder. Good. For those of you who get a little more left side tightness up in the neck, go ahead and go down again, Laurel. We're going to push that hip back there just a little bit more. Hold right here, and actually want you to lean your head to the right and look down just a little bit. There you go. And that's going to open up some of those spaces in there and here at the top of the shoulder blade. Now keep going down with the arm. Hold right there. Good. And then you're going to turn the wrist just a little bit like this. Now as you come up, we're going to isolate that outside head of the bicep and try and undo neck tension at the same time. So start to bring that side up. You got it. Stop right here. Good. Back down. Remember to keep that left hip pushed back too. Good. And back up for two more. Just the outside. There we go. Nice concentration. One more time down. And I'm going to try and get this muscle to peak perfectly, so I want you to hold it about right there. Pull through your right elbow just a little bit. Good. And then we're going to turn that wrist. Good. And then now start to come up nice and slow. Right to there. You can see the muscle peak, so we're going to stop and then go back down for 3. Back up just to that peak. Nice squeeze there. 2. And one more time. And last one up. All right, go ahead and finish on the stretch. So go ahead and go down, all right? As you go down, let everything just kind of relax. And you did a great job. Thank you.